41 minutes now past the hour. Some quick consumer headlines for you. Starting today, the recalled Samsung Galaxy Note 7, you know, the one that explodes and it's not a feature, it's now been grounded. Passengers no longer allowed to bring those potentially explosive phones on U.S. flights. If you have them, turn them off. Do not turn them back on anymore. The emergency order bans people from packing the phone in the luggage or carrying them on board. And Honda recalls 350,000 of its new 2016 Civics over faulty brakes. The company says the electric parking brake may not work when the engine is turned off, which could cause the car to roll away after you park. So far, no accidents have been reported. Tucker, you want brakes that work.
Yes, you do. Wise advice. Thanks, Clayton. Well, new emails released by WikiLeaks revealed John Podesta and other Democrats bad-mouthing their party mates. But looking at how the party is rallying around Hillary Clinton, one would never know of that internal struggle. Joining me now is one of the Democrats mentioned in the emails, former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, who also holds the Guinness Book of World Records for handshaking. Great to see you, Governor.
Nice to be with you again, Tucker.
So in these emails, and I know you're aware of this, you were referred to as one of the, I'm quoting, needy Latinos the campaign needs to reach out to. So you've issued a press release saying, you know, I'm on Hillary's side, I'm a big Hillary fan. Is there anything they could say about you where you would say, you know what, I'm out, that's too offensive, I'm not supporting her?
No, I mean, look, I've known John Podesta for 30 years as a colleague, as a friend. I know his family. I worked with him when I was in the Clinton cabinet. He was chief of staff. No, I'm not offended at all. He was trying to get myself and the Clintons back together after the breach we had when I endorsed President Obama when I got out of the presidential race. So he had to say something to the Clintons that was not terribly positive.
Yeah.
The needy Latino was something that he used. It's fine. I mean, you know, Tucker, most politicians are needy. You know, you've been around a long time, too.
That's true, actually. Thank you for being honest. No, that's absolutely right. So, but taking 5 steps back here, the method by which Democrats typically campaign is identity politics. We have this group, you know, African Americans, Latinos, Pacific Islanders. Isn't that an inherently divisive way to campaign and to govern because it promotes tribalism, which divides people on the basis of group identity? Isn't that long-term a really bad strategy for holding your country together?
No, I don't think so. Look, Republicans do the same thing. They target Latinos, they target everybody just like we do. You know, this was political talk. A campaign manager who's also a great policy guy, simply trying to achieve an objective of, you know, unifying a certain segment of the Latino community and the Clintons. And this is what he was trying to do. It was harmless. Podesta's a good guy. I was not offended at all. In fact, sometimes I am a little needy, but most politicians are.
Yeah.
You know, campaign managers, you know this, Tucker, they have to bring all of these egos together.
Right.
And that's what a campaign manager, that's what I think John was doing.
So Hillary Clinton says that she is running a campaign designed to bring us all together, and that's clearly something that most Americans want. They see the country fracturing, and it scares them, and I think it probably should. So what is the thing that brings us together as Americans? What is it specifically that all Americans believe in and are united behind that brings us together as Americans?
Well, I think what Hillary is standing for, one, is bringing working families together. Secondly, national security issues. You know, she was former Secretary of State. She knows Homeland Security issues. She was a senator during 9/11, brought the whole country together, helped do that. You know, I think what she wants to do is find a way to deal with the issue of income inequality, to create jobs, but most importantly, to make sure our national security is preserved. And she's not being divisive, I don't believe. I mean, this has become a negative campaign, Tucker, no question.
But, I mean, you got to concede, and I don't know if you'll say it on TV, but there is something false about her when she speaks in public, and yet when you read the transcripts of her speech to Wall Street, she seems perfectly at home and she seems real. And she says stuff like, you guys should regulate yourselves, I'm for open borders, common markets. She doesn't say that in public. So how can she be the candidate of the middle class when she's most fully herself around rich people, which is true, as you know?
Well, I think you have to see what her actions have been. You have to see what her husband represented as president. A balanced budget, middle-class policies. I think she's doing the same thing. Look, politicians in a campaign. I mean, there's just so much scrutiny right now. There's just so much. You can't do anything without everybody knowing. And I think what she is doing in positioning herself across the board, you know, she's outlined a bunch of policies that the media and the public are not seeing or covering, because this has become a very divisive campaign that has been instigated by Donald Trump. He's a negativist, Tucker. You know that.
I hope that she has that natural empathy for the middle class that her husband has. I don't see it, but I hope you're right. Great to see you, Governor. Thanks a lot for joining us.
All right, Tucker. Good to see you, pal.